All my life, I've struggled with follow through. I've struggled with health, maintaining a healthy weight, etc. And so I had declared to you that I was going to do something impossible for me. I was going to become a runner. I was going to run the Bay Bridge 10K. Often, that's where it ends. We say things and we never go anywhere from there. There were so many days, so many times I never thought that the journey was going to be able to keep going. It's like, Lord, is this really feasible? Is this going to happen? Or is this just going to be another thing that I let fall away? But I'm going to be honest, you were a big reason that I kept going. And my kids were another reason, because this time I was doing it for them. So for the last 5 months, I've been trying to be a runner. But with those injuries, with sickness after sickness after sickness, as those kids got back into school, I was behind the ball on training. And race day came this last Sunday. And I showed up, and it was cold. And at one point, I didn't think I was actually going to make it to the course. Traffic was so bad. I'd given myself plenty of extra time, but if you've ever done one of these mega races, you know how that goes. I eventually had to put the car in park in the middle of traffic, jump out, have my aunt take over, and run to the shuttle so that all the work I had done wouldn't be for naught. I got on the shuttle, made it to the start line, and I had my coach next to me, and I looked at him and I said, look, if I have to walk every once in a while, it's not a failure, right? I didn't fail. And he told me what he always tells me: walk is not a 4-letter word. Okay, and obviously I don't mean that literally. It is made up of 4 letters, but if you know anything about American euphemisms, walk is not a dirty word, so to speak. Do what you need to do to cross the finish line. And so I started that race fully expecting that I was gonna have to walk and being okay with it. But I had a really good friend who committed to running the whole thing with me. She's stronger than me. She could have gone faster than me. She could have left me in the dust, but she chose not to, and that's the kind of support that you need. So obstacles behind me, friend beside me, finish line ahead of me, I went for it. And I remember crossing mile 1, seeing the sign for mile 2, and full transparency, this is a 6.2 mile race. So far in my training, I had never run more than 3 miles without stopping. So I see the mile marker for mile 3. I see it coming, I'm getting excited, and the next thing I know, it's behind me. And now I'm really pumped up. This is officially, with every step, the furthest I'd ever run in my life. Then I see mile 4. And at this point, my knees did start to hurt a little bit. And my thought was, come on, guys. Look, all right, we've come this far. Suck it up, buttercups. And I kept going. Then I saw mile 5. And my friend looks over me and she says, you're doing it. I know you doubted yourself. I know it's hard, but look at you and consider how far you've come. And the next thing I knew, I see mile marker 6, which was followed right in the distance by the finish line. And I did. I crossed that finish line. I had tears streaming down my face. I had my family cheering. And there was something in me in that moment that blossomed. It was this intellectual truth that I'd been holding on to, that it is possible to do hard things. But up until this point, that connection of head to heart hadn't fully solidified because I still carried doubt. I carried self-doubt into that race up until the moment I crossed the finish line. And maybe you're feeling that right now. There is a goal you've been meaning to chase, but it's been harder than you thought it would. Keep going anyways. I believe in you. It is possible to do the impossible when you have the right motivation, you have the right people around you, you know who is fighting for you, and you've got the grit and the resolve because you've been putting in the work. And so here we are, just about back into New Year's resolution season again. And if you are planning your goals, I would challenge you personally, choose something impossible because you can do it.